Is that a master's? I think I read in engineering, is that correct?
Yeah, Ocean Naval Architectural Engineering.
You came to a good school.
Yeah.
I know that the university has a great naval arch program and architectural engineering. Was it just the fact you could study?
Welcome back to continued coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup here at the Powerplex. Semi-final matchup, the first happening here between St. Kevin's High School Mavericks and the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. Both of these teams vying to enter into the championship game happening tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. An early game. Saw both of these two teams play well in the round robin earlier in this matchup, in this tournament. And drawing first blood are St. Kevin's. We saw Holy Heart as well, playing well on our broadcast earlier today. First look on my side of things for St. Kevin's. Nevertheless, hearing a lot of great things from both of these players. In fact, no, St. Kevin's and Holy Heart, we broadcasted St. Kevin's last night and Holy Heart this morning. So both of these teams with a lot of firepower. It's going to be a great matchup, and they'll look to enter into the final that's happening tomorrow morning. My name is Theo Sonoy. You can check me out on Twitter if you'd like to reach out and take part in the broadcast. My Twitter handle will be coming up periodically in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Love to hear any shout-outs, any comments that you may have about the game. If you want to become a part of it or even get your message out onto the broadcast, don't hesitate to reach out on Twitter. Be more than happy to make that happen. And St. Kevin's went 1 of 2 at the free throw line here. Back the other way, Holy Heart. Swing it around, here's Yetman. Yetman finding her teammate Long. Long attacking the rim. Both of these teams now starting off at a very nice pace. Ball in the hands of Kayla Fisher, and Fisher travels. And Fisher almost gets it back and does indeed force the turnover. Two minutes gone by in this opening matchup. Ball in the hands of Emma Power. Off to her teammate. That's number 9, Brianna Pender. Pender, a very fast player, also a very good defender. Power now with the ball. Got an offensive foul going against Kristen Lee. Back the other way were the Highlanders, but a foul going on. No, in fact, on the steal, St. Kevin's stepped out of bounds. Three-point shot there by Duty. And the possession will stick with Holy Heart. There, travel going against Aaron Long. foul now going against Aaron Long of the Highlanders. Lee at the line, misses her first, but makes good on the second, tying this ball game up at 4 apiece. At this time, a timeout being called by Holy Heart. 5TV1 is proud to present this live stream broadcast of the 2017 Hall of Fame Cup from the Powerplex Sports Center in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. As well, you can visit bellaline.ca/TV1 for the TV1 live webcast schedule and on-demand content. You'll also get information on TV1 live events available only to Bell Line 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. 5TV1, brought to you by Bell Alliance. Now as we take a look inside the St. Kevin's huddle, this team here, lots of firepower, speedy team, and also plays great defense. They're coached by Randy White, Jeff Kirk, and Janet Lee. Janet Lee, also a former star of this team in previous years, having graduated recently, giving back to the community. And on the St. Kevin's side, Holy Heart of Mary being coached by Laura Power and assistant coach John Duty. Laura Power, also a star of the Highlanders squad back in her high school days. So good to see the community giving back and continuing on the tradition of good basketball for both of these female programs. Here now we find them in the semifinal, and it's going to be a very interesting matchup as these two teams are so tightly contested. As you can see, indicated by the overall score of this matchup, 4-4. We've been stuck here in 3 minutes of action. Holy Heart coming back now the other way. Ball in the hands now of Carly Stevenson, headed over to Goss, who shot the three, just couldn't get it to go. Power with the ball. Lee with the travel, and it was a good spin move, but spinning a little bit out of control. Substitutes checking in now to the game. You have number 5, Allison Ward. Allison Ward going to be going up against the other number 5, Emma Power. And Emma Power hounding her. Ball back into the hands of Duty. Hands it over to Goss now. Here's Foley finding an opening, wide open, but just too much mustard off the glass. Kayla Fisher, however, travels on the reception of that pass. And it's going to be Highlander basketball. That foul being on the floor, much to the dismay of the St. Kevin's coach. As you heard from the ambient mic, she was shooting a layup. And frankly, he's got a case there. And now, Holy Heart coming back on the other way. There's number 12, Julia Hudson, with her shot. But Pender coming back down the other way, and we mentioned before, quite the speedster, but denied royally there by number 21, Kristen Goss. Checking into the game now for St. Kevin's, number 21, Grace Bennett. And with that, get our first basket in a couple of minutes. Instant bench productivity for Grace Bennett and her St. Kevin's squad. She hits the basket now with the opportunity to make a three-point play. She makes good on it. Power almost disrupts the pass to Duty. Here's Long now. Ball back in the hands of Ward. Ward loses it to Pender. And a substitute in for the Highlanders, number 7, Kaylee Yetman. Kirsten Yetman, rather. And St. Kevin's comes away with it. Pender with the steal. She gives the ball to Power. Power shoots it from the top of the key and unable to get it to go, but Fisher resilient, and her hard work will be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Substitute now in for the Highlanders. That's number 2, Jenna Hatcher. As Fisher stays at the line with 2 free throw attempts. She makes good on the first one. And misses the second, but St. Kevin's grabs the rebound. And they capitalize on the opportunity. And Power from behind picks Ward's pocket. And St. Kevin's now looking to maximize on their momentum. And Bennett with the offensive rebound. Things going now, everything in St. Kevin's favor. This full court press causing problems for the Holy Heart front line, or guarding a ball handling line. Power coming back down the other way, uncontested, not stopped whatsoever. And Holy Heart is just bleeding points at this point. They need to get a stop here, but the press continues. And Holy Heart manages to salvage that possession. They'll get a chance now to stop the bleeding. Ball in the hands of Long. Good counter attack. And she'll earn herself a trip to the free throw line. Holy Heart back now, putting points in the offensive column, but only going 1 of 2 on that free throw possession. Pender looks for her teammate Bennett. Bennett who somehow manages to get an offensive foul. Perhaps a little bit too ambitious in gaining her position. In any case, the basket will be ruled off. Substitutes in for the Highlanders right now. Number 9, Carly Stevenson, and number 4, Maria Mills. Holy Heart catching St. Kevin's sleeping, but Bennett's there to pick up the slack. Here now, Power, her shot, a little bit too much power behind it, so to speak. And her shot rims out. Power manages to save it. It's going to be a jump ball. And off of the possession arrow, it's going to go in the favor of St. Kevin's. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this first quarter. St. Kevin's has now a lead, but the referees will convene. And perhaps they'll discuss which direction the possession arrow should be in. At this time, let everyone know that you can join 5TV1's Scott Squires as he chats with Cyril Looney on the CTV Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 a.m. Newfoundland time. Get up to date on Bell Line 5 TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays on CTV Morning Atlantic. With that, the possession arrow is overturned, and the players are underway going the opposite direction. The kick ball will result in a Holy Heart ball. And panicking there on the baseline was Long as she threw the ball right to number 23, Alyssa Maloney. But Holy Heart steals it back. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson's shot, rather long shot, just bouncing in and out. Pender's shot doing similar things. And a scramble for the ball. But a foul going now against St. Kevin's. And a hold on the arm. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in this first quarter of semifinal action of the Hall of Fame Cup. Holy Heart now with the ball, looking to get over, and just barely manages to do so as that 8-second time was running out fast. Yetman in the corner for Maloney, rather Duty. But Duty turns it over, and St. Kevin's will retain possession of the basketball. Holy Heart trying to cut back into this lead. St. Kevin's doing their best to keep them away. And here now is Bennett. And Bennett unable to get that to go. The contact, nothing not being called. And Bennett being allowed to play. Holy Heart, on the other hand, looking to attack. And there you have Stevenson scoring the bucket, and we saw a lot of her in the crossover earlier this morning. She seemed to be able to do it all for her Highlanders squad. But how about Emma Power, who's just incredibly shooting three-pointers throughout this tournament. And here you go, Emma Power again now on the fast break, even faking out the commentator and faking everyone and going to the rim herself. As now Stevenson in disarray. Stevenson goes to the bench. Hope she's okay. In any case, Shauna Foley takes advantage of the situation and attacks the rim, earning the basket and also the foul, with a chance now for a three-point play. And several Holy Heart shots just unable to get onto the rim. Here now is Lee going all the way, but the rebound picked up by Maloney. And the pass there from Yetman somehow manages to find Long and stay in. Duty now with the ball, being tightly contested by Maloney. Duty's shot unable to go in. But the rebound, and in an effort to get the rebound, St. Kevin's steps out of bounds. 10 seconds exactly left in the first quarter. The difference is 12. Holy Heart looking to cut back into this lead. Power almost came away with the steal. Now here's Yetman. Yetman's shot bounces around the rim. Long as well, unable to get it to go. Holy Heart just incredible offensive tenacity to continually get the rebounds, but somehow managing to miss almost all of their attempts on that particular offensive sequence. With that, we conclude the first quarter of action here in the semifinal of the Female Hall of Fame Cup. St. Kevin's High School jumping out to a 21-9 point lead. Do stick with us here on TV1 as we continue coverage here of the Hall of Fame Cup.
Go, Blue. Blue ball coming in.
Welcome back to continued coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup here on TV1. We're entering into the second quarter of this semifinal matchup between the St. Kevin's High School Mavericks as well as the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. St. Kevin's attacking the rim, looking to build on this lead that they have, but there on the pass from Duty to Long. Long stepped out of bounds. Now Power, dribble handoff with Pender, and Pender rounding the corner, attacking the rim. And Kirsten Goss, number 21 of the Highlanders, commits the foul, and Pender now, Brianna Pender at the line, shooting 2. Pender's first shot unable to go in. The second shot as well, the same situation, and Kirsten Goss comes away with the rebound. And Goss now attacking the rim. managing to round the corner on her defender, but Power with the 2-foot power step answers right back. And here now Lee causes some confusion, and the St. Kevin's squad gets back into it. Power from the corner. Power attempting to put on some heroics, and here she is, an offensive rebound going up again, just unable to get it to go. St. Kevin's multiple opportunities. There was Emberly, now the ball in the hands of Pender. Pender wisely resetting the clock. And there you have it. Number 15, Kylie Emberly, the beneficiary of a very impressive, well-concentrated offensive attack there by the St. Kevin's Mavericks. There on the other end, Holy Heart equally showing their offensive strength. Substitutes checking in for both squads, amongst which Carly Stevenson. So glad to see everything's okay with her. She's back out onto the court. Power. Her shot short. Here's Goss coming back the other way. Goss dribbling, driving, everything herself. Just unable to convert the coast-to-coast effort. Back the other way. Power showing what she's got. Carly Stevenson now at the line. Her first shot, too powerful. Second shot, good. Lead now down to 15. St. Kevin's continues to surge just in recent moments, unable to convert. Stevenson back the other way, and Stevenson will not be denied. Stevenson, we saw in previous games throughout this tournament, has a lot to offer offensively, and the Highlanders could certainly use a surge of hers on defense and on offense if they want to cut back into this lead. There, the St. Kevin's Mavericks score another 2 points. And that pass disrupted. But Holy Heart comes back now the other way. And Goss with the ball up to Yetman. Stevenson now thought about a three-pointer. Stevenson dribbles into a crowd. Here's Ward up to Yetman. Yetman for three, and Yetman banks it home. Bringing her team now within 12. The Highlanders also managed to get a stop, so now looking to string together a couple possessions. And Stevenson, who's blocked on her driving attempt. Stevenson at the line now. Good on the first. 6 minutes of action left to go in the second quarter. She misses the second, and St. Kevin's comes away with the rebound. Emma Power back into the game now. The point scorer for St. Kevin's. And right there, standing up to the plate, right in the moment, as she goes coast to coast off of that rebound all the way down, and chance now for a three-point play. She makes good on it, keeping the Highlanders at bay. Ariana Duty back into the game for the Highlanders. Duty shot strong, but Stevenson, very strong offensive rebound herself. Stevenson at the line. This is the first. Misses the second, but Foley's there to clean it up, and Yetman now at the line. Good pass to Stevenson. Stevenson just can't get it to go. And the Mavericks catch a break as they get it up and over the half-court line. Here's Lee switching hands and scoring 2 points for her Maverick squad. Goss loses possession of the ball. Jump ball ensues, and Holy Heart will maintain possession. St. Kevin's number 15, Kylie Emberly, scoring as well. But Emberly on the other side, a little bit too much contact on Stevenson, causing Stevenson to fall down. Foul's going to be on the floor. And with that, St. Kevin's will enter into the penalty. And Holy Heart and Mary on the bonus situation now for the remaining 4 minutes and 46 seconds of this quarter. On any foul, will be shooting free throws if they can capitalize. Could help them get back into this game. Stevenson at the line. Goes 1 of 2. Power coming back the other way with a head of steam. Finds a teammate, Emberly, but Stevenson's there to clean it up. Yetman now with the ball. And a great sidestep there by Long. Points coming now in the way of attacking the rim for the Highlanders. Emma Power thought about a three. Her shot unable to go, but grabs her own rebound. Great effort there by her. And now Duty picks up the rebound, finds a streaking Long, and Long manages to score. And just like that, this lead is cut down to 13, and Holy Heart is on the comeback trail. Watch the new episode of 5 TV1's Champions Untold as host Risa Lalani talks with well-known ice technician John Wall of Wall to Wall Ice. From China to Atlantic Canada, John has made ice all over the world. Hear his story on Champions Untold. 5TV1, brought to you by Bell Alliant. Looking inside now, the St. Kevin's huddle as their lead slowly being chipped away at. They'll need to gather themselves and focus in on their layup attempts on the other end if they want to keep the Holy Heart team from coming back. Holy Heart, on the other hand, focused and appearing very, very into this game despite being down. They want to rally and get back into it. Minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this matchup. And the Highlanders scoring now, cutting this lead to 11. In the corner, that shot by the Maverick, Alyssa Maloney, no good. Power shot from three, no good. But Pender with the rebound and attacking the rim, another missed shot. And eventually Stevenson comes away with it. But shot clock will be reset as Power stole away that pass. And Pender attacking, and she's fouled by Stevenson. Evans goes 1 of 2 from the line. 2.5 minutes left to go. Stevenson has that ball stolen away from her. St. Kevin's loses the handle of it, and Stevenson brings this game now to within 10 points. And now Power off to Pender. Pender, strong drive. A little bit too strong on her layup attempt. And Lee disrupts the pass from Yetman before reaching Stevenson, who was all alone had she been able to get past the defense. Stevenson through a crowd. Stevenson lifting much of the weight here for the Highlanders. Stevenson, however, missing her first. Missing her second. Lee comes down with the rebound. Pender now bringing the ball back up. 1:45 left in the quarter. That shot by Maloney, no good. Pender now with the ball back up to Maloney. And the defense of the Highlanders picking up. We're seeing that the St. Kevin's Mavericks having a much tougher time scoring as they once did. Here now, Power Power who can shoot it, opts to drive. Power, another basket going, another rim going off, another ball going off the rim for the St. Kevin's team. And I mentioned it before, and I wasn't joking. If the St. Kevin's group can focus in on some of those layups, perhaps the score would even be much, much larger than it already is right now. St. Kevin's, though, manages to come away with the basketball. And that's a long two-pointer by St. Kevin's. They push this lead back up to 12. The Highlanders get the ball back into the hands of Stevenson. That ball was tipped away. With 30 seconds left to go in the quarter, Stevenson and her Highlanders hoping to get a basket or two here. And Duty had a good shot at it. It's taken down by Power. And that's a huge block by Stevenson. Stevenson showing her athletic ability. And a big block on Pender. 16.2 seconds left to go in the quarter. And Stevenson again getting a hand on the pass. And a long two-point shot by number 4, Kristen Lee. 8 seconds to go. Stevenson now with the ball. She's going to shoot a three, and it looked good, but she missed the rim. And in any case, the Highlanders have cut back into this lead. And now with 5-minute break for halftime, we sit here at 41 points for St. Kevin's, 27 for Holy Heart of Mary. Do stick with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on TV1 with ongoing coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup.
Joining me is Dalhousie swimmer Phoebe Lenderue. And Phoebe, first of all, before we talk about your swimming and what's going on now, let's take a walk down memory lane back to when you were a kid. Where were you born? Like, where'd you grow up?
I was born in the north of England in a town called Ponteland, which is just outside of Newcastle. Started swimming when I was like 7 years old, and it's just taken off from there, really.
Now, when the first thing that comes to mind when I think of England and the UK isn't necessarily swimming. That doesn't mean that that's not the way it should be, but were you surrounded by other swimmers? Like, what was your kind of motivation? Who got you interested? How did you get into swimming?
So I went on a trip actually around the world when I was young, just when I was 7 years old, went traveling, and I just was always under the water racing my dad, so he just was like, we got to get this girl in the pool, and I've always had pretty big shoulders, so it just sort of fit.
Do you remember the first time you actually beat your dad in a race? When was
Yeah,
it?
he was looking at my brother. He was older than me, and then he said I was just shooting by like a little fish next to him.
Now, a lot of kids, you mentioned being under the water, you know, going to the beach, whatever, they enjoy the water. But for you, when did you realize that kind of love of being in the water and being comfortable around it was going to turn into something more?
I was like actually as young as 10 years old. My coach kind of had like a feeder club, so he took me on to a bigger club he was also a head coach of. And then I started competing at a national level as of the age of 10, and just kind of got into the like England talent schemes and the British swimming like junior development teams, and just kind of loved it ever since I was 10 years old. Yeah.
What's the first race that you remember winning in terms of, that was really important to you, that was like, okay, you know what, I'm good at this?
When I was 12, I won my first national gold medal. I was like, that was when I was like, God, I'm actually pretty good. So it's been a rocky road since then, but I definitely, when I was 12 years old, was when I was happiest.
All right, let's fast forward a little bit. How did you end up leaving the UK, leaving England, and coming to Canada, and of course ending up in Dalhousie?
So as I said, it was a rocky road. It was up and down. I went to boarding school for a while and met a friend who lives in Dartmouth, actually just across the sea, like just across the bridge, sorry. And just came to visit her for a 3-week holiday, and she ended up asking me if I wanted to stay for 4 months, and I said, okay, 4 months is fine, and then a few more weeks is fine, and then it just kind of took off from there.
I know last year we had the AUS Swimming Championships, of course, on TV1. Going to have them again this year. By the time this airs, they will have already been taking place. But I remember watching you last year, and it was unbelievable the speed that you have in the water. You're almost like a torpedo.
Oh, thanks.
How much training, how much practice goes into what you see on race day?
Swimmers, I think, train definitely the most. We're always up at the crack of dawn. We do 9 swimming a week and 2 weight training sessions a week. So it's a lot of hours. It's like 20 to 25 hours a week, I'd say.
Now, I know in swimming, of course, there's relays where you can be a part of a team, but for the most part, it's an individual sport.
Yeah.
How hard is it to be able to focus on the training and to be able to be disciplined when it's kind of just you, yourself, and you, and you're not really part of a team?
Well, I definitely couldn't do the training alone. So showing up to practice, doing the main sets with your team absolutely makes it doable to start with. There's some practices you have to do by yourself because of class schedule, and it's almost impossible to hit those heart rates and those pace times that you want to hit. So as much as it is an individual sport, I think it's very much a team sport at a university level for sure.
Now, of course, when you see swimmers, you see them on race day, you see them in the water and, up on the block getting ready to start. But what might be something about a swimmer's life in terms of preparation and days away from the pool that you would like people to know that maybe they don't know about what it's like, the preparation that goes into it, what you have to do in terms of whether it's your diet or weight training or whatever?
There's just a lot of sacrifices. So I guess we train early on Saturday mornings. We train Friday nights. Like, there's just got to discipline your social life a bit. But the good thing is that most of my close friends are swimmers, so we kind of do it all together. There's a lot of big team dynamic. We go to meal hall together. We hang out together. We support each other.
Go. Rock ball, come in.
Welcome back to the third quarter of action here between the St. Kevin's Mavericks and the Holy Heart Highlanders. And here we have Goss kicking off things with a 3-point shot, just unable to find the rim. In any case, in that first half, St. Kevin's jumped out to an early lead at 1.20. But since then, Holy Heart has surged right on back and now find themselves down by 14 points. Winner of this matchup will go and play in tomorrow's championship game. That will be happening at 9 a.m. Newfoundland Standard Time. St. Kevin's moving the ball around the rim. Got Power with the 3. That rebound is picked up by Foley. Foley attacking and is stood up, but that Her loss of the ball was picked up by her teammate Stevenson, and she gets on the board first in this second half for either team. Pender off to her teammate on the corner, inside to Bennett. Here's Power for three. And Bennett impressively going up against Stevenson. Two of those tall players going against one another, searching for that rebound. Here now Stevenson attacking Lee. And Stevenson attacking and being fouled. Fouled there by number 21, Grace Bennett. Bennett, who's had a frustrating evening, another foul committed against her. Stevenson at the line. She's been there a lot this afternoon. Only shooting about 50% from the line. Certainly something she'll think about regardless of the outcome of this game. They're missing the rim. Stevenson goes 0 of 2. And St. Kevin's comes away unscathed. Their 12-point lead remains intact. Maloney on the perimeter for St. Kevin's traveled. Holy Heart will get the possession back. Teams now going back and forth with one another. Ball being swung around. Here's Pender. Off to Lee. And Lee attacking the rim. That rebound now by Emberly. But Holy Heart will come away with the basketball. 2 minutes gone by in this third quarter. And Pender, great anticipation, hounding Duty, but Duty, her pass to Stevenson underneath the hoop, correction to Long underneath the hoop, deflected. Goss off to Foley, Foley to Long. Long attacking, taking the long way around. And Lee, in her attempt to save the ball, steps on the line. There's going to be Holy Heart ball. Now checking back into the game for the Highlanders, number 12, Julia Hudson. Foley with the ball. Finds a wide open Hudson on the baseline, but Hudson traveling. So St. Kevin's will retain possession of the basketball. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And here's Power. Very calm step pull-up jumper to her, but a good shot attempt by Lee, denied by Stevenson. As Yetman checks back into the game. So the defensive efforts of Stevenson now paying off in terms of blocks. She's also been producing a lot of offensive work for her team. No basket there for Lee as she traveled upon scoring that basket. Holy Heart now with the ball. Yetman closely guarded by Pender. Pender, a great full court defender. And yet Yetman finds an opening and exploits it. Here now Maloney for three, count it. You can count on that. Maloney stepping up here for her Maverick squad. putting her team back up now by 13. Stevenson's got something to say about it though, and she's been the focal point of this Holy Heart offense. Everything running through her right now. She's gone now. We don't have the particular statistic, but another trip to the free throw line. Easily her 6th of this matchup. Stevenson alone. If she continues this and improves on her free throw shooting as we see so far, she could single-handedly pull her Highlander team back into this game. There you go, improved focus from Stevenson at the line just now. 2 of 2 from the stripe. St. Kevin's working the ball around, and here, wide open is Power. And that's picked up by Pender. Pender's shot almost goes in. And there, Lee working hard and gets her basket to go in. And as I was saying that, the Highlanders throw the ball away. And St. Kevin's will take it on the baseline. A chance now to improve on this 13-point lead. Lee, step back jumper, it looked great, but Foley picked it up. Goss with the basketball, you know she can shoot it, so she's quickly keyed up on. And here's Foley finding Stevenson, and Stevenson loses it. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this matchup here in the third quarter. We also have another quarter of action yet to come. 13 points, still anybody's ball game. Power now finds a wide open Fisher, and Fisher books it. We're in St. John's, but Fisher hit that one all the way from the Ghouls. Right back from her doorsteps on St. Kevin's High School. At this time, check out the Inside the AUS show for a weekly look at the players, coaches, and administrators that make Atlantic University Sport the ultimate student-athlete experience. Inside the AUS is available on demand to Bell Alliant 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401, as well as online at bellalliant.ca/TV1. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliant. And the stakes high in this matchup here. The winner going into the championship of tomorrow morning's game. You're looking into the Highlanders squad. Head coach Laura Power devising a plan. After playing a great career at Holy Heart herself, went on to play AUS basketball at the University of Prince Edward Island. Lots of experience, lots of coaching prowess under her belt already. And we're seeing that in her Highlander team. But they find themselves now down by 16 points. And the three-point shooting of the Mavericks, as well as the fast break layups and points off of turnovers, proving to be a lot to handle for the Highlanders. The Highlanders now, though, need to keep up their good work on offense and get back to the free throw line, as it seemed to be working well for them. Here now Foley giving that ball to Goss. Goss thought about the three. Stevenson with the ball. Finds a wide open Yetman in the corner and book it. Yetman, a two-point shot from distance. Half a foot back, and she would have been worth 3 points. Foley at the line, pick and roll action with Long. And a no call. Power finds herself wide open ahead of the crowd. Yetman unable to catch up to her. And And the lead gets right back up to 16 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds of action left in the third quarter. Stevenson skying in for the rebound, and she's good for it. I'd like to take a look at that stat sheet because Stevenson's just been filling it up. Here now, Power for her Mavericks. They swing it around to Fisher. Fisher, who just hit a three-pointer from that spot, unable to do so. Stevenson with another rebound. And here now is Long looking to go 1-on-3. And is fouled by Fisher. That foul by Fisher leading now to 2 free throws for Long. Long missing the first. And missing the second, but who else but Carly Stevenson to step up and grab that rebound. Lead now still 14, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the matchup. Highlanders with the ball. Yetman dribbling it all the way now. Get it back up, Yetman on the top. She decides to take it all by herself. Yetman rattles that basket in. Oh, and a great spin move there by Lee. Talk about counter moves. Couldn't ask for a better one there. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Goss with the ball. They're leaving her wide open. She thought about that three. Oh, and Duty takes advantage of a defensive lapse of the St. Kevin squad. And with that basket, brings her team back to within 10 points. Everything going now in the way of the Highlanders. And here's Stevenson in the open court. But great job by Lee to jump in there and steal that ball. Pender finding her teammate Power. And Power just denied by the rim, so close. Yet so far away for her. Here now is Goss. Goss checked by Maloney. Up to Yetman, tightly guarded by McGrath. Duty attacking, but a foul on the hip. A push off there on number 9, Brianna Pender. Two minutes left in this matchup. Duty at the line. She goes 1 of 2. Cutting this lead down now to 8. St. Kevin's look to regain composure and finish off this third quarter strong. This has been quite a matter of minutes since they've felt comfortable on the floor. In the recent minutes has been all Highlanders as they've had the entire momentum. Everything seems to be going their way. Highlanders almost lose possession of the ball. But now it's in the hands of Long. Goss for three, contested. And there Lee fouled on the rebound. She was fouled by Long. So 1 minute and 37 left here on the clock. Power with the ball. Off to Pender. And Pender, strong drive for her. Manages to gather her own rebound. Her pass into Lee just a little bit too low for Lee to grab. Now a full court press ensuing here. Pender checking duty one-on-one. Pass off to Stevenson, and Stevenson, an impressive backdoor play, a great communication between the two teammates. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter, and Emma Power finds a wide open Kristen Lee to answer. But the Highlanders travel, committing a turnover. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot there by Power, no good. And Stevenson manages to come away with a block there. But that block going out of bounds. So the Mavericks will hold on to the ball. Power at the top. Here now Maloney dribbling it off to Pender. Pender attacking, gets around her defender. And Stevenson almost gets the ball. That rebound going out of bounds. 28.6 seconds left. A long defensive possession here. And now a foul going against Goss. Power will go to the line. 25.1 seconds left. Power at the line, missing the first. Power misses the second. The long defensive possession continues for the Highlanders as that rebound goes out off of one of the Highlander arms. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Here's Lee, no call. And this time, it still stays with the Mavericks. Another tip, Mavericks ball on the sideline. Sounding like a broken record here on the broadcast. Just Mavericks ball left and right. But the Highlanders keep tipping it out of bounds. Here now is Lee. 15 seconds to operate. She opts to go with the pull-up jumper. Highlanders now have an opportunity to score. Coming down is number 12. There is Julia Hudson. But now Long throws up the third quarter buzzer beater. Finds its way in off of the glass, and there you have it. What a spectacular finish to the third quarter. Do stick with us here on TV1 as we have the fourth and final quarter of action here in the semifinal between the St. Kevin's Mavericks and the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. We'll be right back.
Blue ball, girls, coming this way.
Welcome back to continued coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup. Tournament presented by the Newfoundland and Labrador Basketball Association. It's an intense battle between the Highlanders and the Mavericks, as the winner of this matchup will earn their spot in the championship game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It's going to be covered on TV1. We saw the Highlanders, who at one point down by 20 points, they managed to come back and put this game within reach, just a couple of possessions. And at one point even getting as close as 6. Right now they sit at 8. Now a substitution, Carly Stevenson, who's been an absolute force here for the Highlanders. But that pass to her is stolen by number 15, Kylie Emberley. Foley involved in a scuffle for the ball, and the Highlanders regain possession. Stevenson with the ball. Passes it off to her teammate Allison Ward, and Ward travels with the basketball. So it's going to be St. Kevin's ball. Just a minute gone by here in the fourth quarter. These two teams both trying to get into the finals. Certainly a great game developing between the two of them. Not only for the fans, but even for the commentator here. Quite a great game, in fact. Couldn't be treated to a better one, especially here on TV1. Now Allison Ward for a long two-pointer. She's been quite consistent throughout this matchup, bringing this game back now to within 6 points. So we have substitutes waiting to check in for the Highlanders. But St. Kevin's with the answer. They find a wide open player on the baseline, but another answer coming in the way of Foley. So these two teams trading baskets now. And it's leading to a much more high-paced action, and the crowd's also getting into it. Here's Emberley, and Emberley, she was wide open on the baseline last time, now creating her own shot, earning herself a trip to the free throw line. Emberley misses both. And now a substitution checking in for the Mavericks. It's number 21, Grace Bennett, in for Emberley. Coach Randy White getting in his starters, as this is a tight game and it's going to require everything from both of these teams to win. 6 points being the difference. It's still anyone's game. 7.5 minutes left to go in this matchup. And a travel going against Power. Perhaps was thinking about what to do next. Forgot about the basketball. And there, stepping up, Lee almost got the steal, streaking in. But the Highlanders maintain control, and now zone defense happening here. Wide open now. There, number 22, Jenna Hatcher of the Holy Heart team. She was able, to go and attack the rim, but I believe an unsportsmanlike foul going against number 21, Grace Bennett. And Bennett's unsportsmanlike foul. Not quite sure what happened, not quite sure the reasoning. In any case, the consequences of this unsportsmanlike foul will result in 2 free throws for Jenna Hatcher at the line. The Holy Heart team will also retain possession of the basketball after the shots, and I believe, perhaps, well, in any case, Grace Bennett does go back to the bench. And at the first opportunity, I'll check just to see and verify whether or not she is fouled out or how many fouls she does have, because that's a key player for Coach Randy White and his Mavericks. So there you have it. 1 of 2 free throws for Hatcher. And if the Highlanders can score on this possession, it could be a 3, maybe even 4-point possession for them. Here's Goss, who thought about the 3. Passes it off to Long against everyone, and she is fouled with her drive to the rim. It's just a 5-point game. This huge lead has been cut down to a quarter of what it once was, with more than enough time for either team now to retake or take the lead, ensure the lead. Cole at the line, misses the first, misses the second. Coach Laura Powers got to be wondering what could have been. Many free throws missed for this team, possibly more than half of the ones that they've taken, yet they only find themselves down by 5 points. Certainly something to consider when thinking about this game in the future. Here's Goss for 3, and Goss's 3 almost goes in, but Stevenson with the rebound, and as she went up for that shot attempt, a jump ball ensued. Duty with the ball. Finds her teammate Cole on the wing. Cole can operate from the spin move. Here's Yetman. Yetman with a 3. Here's Stevenson, offensive rebound, and she's been quite impressive offensively rebounding. Good teamwork by the Mavericks. Unselfish basketball between Pender and Maloney. As they push this lead back up to 7 now with 6 minutes of action left. Duty with the basketball, recipient of the Stevenson pass. And she caught the defense slipping and managed to find her way to be wide open right underneath the hoop. They're in a moment of desperation. Throwing the ball up and being fouled. She hits the first and hits the second. So Duty going 2 of 2, bringing this game back to within 5 points. An exciting finish for this semifinal matchup here on TV1. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. But St. Kevin's throwing that ball away. Was it tipped? Was it not? The referees will convene and discuss. Possession will remain in the hands of St. Kevin's. Here now, Power for 3. A deep three-pointer, but picked up by Emberly. Emberly taking advantage of her positioning. And Cole back the other way, puts a great deal of spin on it, and that ball goes right into the bottom of the hoop after touching the glass. Lee attacking the rim, and it looked clean from our angle for number 21, Kristen Goss. But the foul ended up going against Aaron Long, a foul on the body. Foley checking back into the matchup here for the Highlanders. Goes 1 of 2, pushing this lead back up to 6 now. Stevenson attacking, offensive rebound. And she's been an absolute force. She manages to pick up the basketball after everything. And a jump ball will be called in favor of St. Kevin's. Lee attacking Emberly, though. Talk about underrated players. Emberly comes in off of the bench here in crunch time, and multiple offensive rebounds, multiple baskets as well. Emberly playing inspired basketball for her team there, just couldn't get the ball out before stepping out of bounds herself. With that, we'll have a timeout on the floor. TV1 is proud to present this live stream broadcast of the 2017 Hall of Fame Cup from the Sports Center here at the Powerplex in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. As well, visit bellaline.ca/TV1 for the TV1 live webcast schedule and on-demand content. You'll also get information on TV1 live events available only to Bell Line 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. 5TV1, brought to you by Bell Alliant.
Okay, girls, let's go.
Coming in after the timeout, St. Kevin's holds on to an 8-point lead. Holy Heart, though, looking to get back into it. Hudson almost had that rebound and put back and follow up back in the net. Howard, though, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. She has the ball, looking to kill time, but also get the best shot possible for her team. Finding her teammate, number 4, Kristen Lee. She'll find herself now a trip to the free throw line. Substitutes check back into the game for the Highlanders. Number 9, Carly Stevenson, as well as number 21, Kristen Goss. At the line now, Kristen Lee makes good on the first. An opportunity to put this ball game into double figures. No, it stays a 3-possession ball game. As we break through the 4-minute mark of this game. Yetman, a wild attempt by her, and they find a wide open Power going back the other way. A good ball fake picked up by Emberly. Another offensive rebound for her, but it was blocked by Duty. Pass into Stevenson. Stevenson traveling on the play. And with that, we'll have another timeout on the floor here in the dying moments of this semifinal matchup between St. Kevin's High School and Holy Heart of Mary. 65 to 56 is your score at this time. Flip the numbers, there you go. And at this time, you can join 5 TV1's Scott Squires as he chats with Cyril Looney on CTV's Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 a.m. Newfoundland time. Get up to date on Bell Line 5 TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays on CTV Morning Atlantic. Do reach out on Twitter. There in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you have any shout-outs you'd like to give or any comments or criticisms that you'd like to pass on, do reach out. I'll be available at that Twitter handle, at Theosinoev. Power now. Dribbling this one out and receiving the foul of Foley. Pender with the basketball, long two-point attempt for her. Foley comes away with the rebound. Her pass to Stevenson disrupted. Emberly picked it up. Emberly somehow almost there, managed to almost pick up the basketball. But the Highlanders come back down the other way. Now Goss on the wing finds Yetman. Yetman into Duty. Duty tries to force it up. Scramble for the ball. Emberly dives on it. And a jump ball between Emberly and Stevenson. Based off of the possession arrow, ball goes in the favor of the Highlanders. Highlanders need to get the ball in. Goss almost picked it up there. Yetman got the ball. We just broke through the 3-minute mark left in the matchup, and Foley laterally moving quite speed-like. Wasn't able to get that ball to go, but here's Lee all the way to the hoop. Just couldn't get to go. Lee coming up big with a rebound, handed it off to Stevenson. Yetman now with the ball, sitting up top with the crowd in the background, looking onward, wondering who's gonna make the big next bucket. Still stuck at 65-56, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Coach White of the Mavericks imploring his ball handler, Power, slow it down, kill some clock. Here now is Power for 3, and Power crushing the hopes and dreams of the Highlanders as well as the fans with that 3-point shot. And there, Maloney making matters worse for the Highlanders as she steals that pass, goes all the way down and able to make it over the outstretched arms of Stevenson. Minute 45 seconds left, and the last 5-point swing of the Mavericks could prove to be too much for this Highlander team. They're gonna need some points in a hurry, and you got it coming in the way of Goss. Goss hits that basket, brings this lead back down to 12. Minute 30 left to go. The pressure's on, you see it. Intensity high. Lee now going up against Goss, rounds the corner, goes uncontested to the rim. And there you have it, just like that. Substitutions now for both teams, but this ball game now with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go in the matchup. 14-point difference. Highlanders are going to need to move very quickly if they want to cut back into this one. They're going to need points on every possession. Certainly is possible, but here an offensive foul going against number 14, Maria Mills. Power of the Mavericks Pass the ball off to Lee. The Mavericks now taking their time. Here Maloney wide open. And folks, if I were a betting man, I'd say this game is all but over. Now 16 points being the difference. The Highlanders put up a valiant effort, bringing this ball game back to less than 6 points at one time. But in the recent moments, the Mavericks proved to be too much, having too much firepower to overcome. Here you hear some of the cheers from the crowds. You see the clapping in the stands as they applaud their Maverick players for a well-played game. And now, as they secure their berth into the final of tomorrow's Hall of Fame Cup, it's going to happen at 9 a.m. tomorrow against the winner of the ball game on the other side of the big blue screen that you see there in the background. In any case, 13.6 seconds left until that's officially become a reality. Ball dribbler, main guard Power, going to dribble this one out. There you have it. Just like that, a great semifinal matchup between these two teams. The point differential at the end, 16-point the victory for St. Kevin's over the Holy Heart Highlanders. Though the intensity of the match and the energy throughout definitely would have felt and appeared as a closer score, it was a wonderful game to call. It was a wonderful game to watch. We'll stick with it until we see the players of the game for both of these teams. Don't go anywhere. On TV1, we'll be going and watching the semifinal of the men's side. One of two happening at this very moment. It's going to be happening between Holy Heart of Mary and Gonzaga High School. An inner-city battle for the rights of bragging here in St. John's, a classic rivalry for years now. And we're going to have a great treat for us here on TV1. Do stick with us. That's going to start about 10 to 12 minutes. But before we go there, administrator organizer Judy Byrne here of the Hall of Fame Cup is going to deliver the Player of the Game awards for both teams, as she congratulates each team for their hard work and effort and the the good representation that they've delivered, sportsmanlike behavior for their representative schools. And none other than Carly Stevenson, who left everything out there on the floor, a future star in the making, for her Highlander squad, earns the Player of the Game award. And for the Mavericks, there we said it, I even mentioned it, the unsung hero, the underdog of this Mavericks team who stepped up off of the bench. Number 15, Kylie Emberly, earns the Player of the Game award for her team. And she was absolutely crucial in the dying moments of this game, stepping up, multiple offensive rebounds and baskets put in on the follow-up. In any case, St. Kevin's will be playing tomorrow morning on the final. You can catch that on bellaline.ca/TV1 here on TV1 as well. It's going to be on live TV on Channel 1 as well in high definition 401. Do stick with us here. Momentarily, we'll be calling the men's action in the semifinal, Gonzaga High School versus the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. Do stick with us here on TV1. On behalf of the broadcasting crew and the camera operator, my name is Theo Sonoyev. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back on TV1.